For someone of my era, let me just say that not only do I remember how inspirational you were, and at the time what you were doing, how it engraved into a young adolescent's mind. What I really appreciate now that I'm older, time has been very kind to you, is the fact that in a day and age where women are at the forefront now of music, but so many of them, you mentioned Wendy O. Williams, you mentioned Joan Jett, two amazing artists that really did what they did on merit and talent.
Yeah.
There's so many women nowadays that they tend to overuse sexuality and on and on and on. How do you feel about the fact that there's this whole subversive, rebellious new generation of women coming out, forming bands, not relying on the skimpy outfits, doing it on their own talents, and they're all inspired by what you've been doing?
Well, you know what? It's like we're in an over-sexed society, and sex sells everything. So naturally, it's kind of like, I think Jane Mansfield, the blonde bombshell of the 50s, the poster girl, she had a brain behind her. So back in those times, she used her body as well as her mind. You'll see a lot of girls that are coming up in the ranks that are tending not to like fall into the trap of, oh, hey, I'm just a pair of boobs and stuff. I mean, hey, I like to go to strip clubs too. I like the ladies too. But you know what? You have to really get into their music, because you have to find your medium. You have to find what really drives you. And you know what? If the music is good and the vocalist rocks, it's like, you know what? Hey, the sky's the limit. You just have to be true to yourself.
There has to be substance, correct?
Yes.
Do
definitely has.
do you think that is the reason why 45 Grave Music, much like other pivotal bands where their music is timeless, you've stayed not only relevant but fresh, not stamped in time?
Well, you have to. It's like people go like, sure, when we do our set, we do a lot of the stuff that we recorded back in the 80s and stuff like that, because people would like to hear it. But you know what? Really, if you wanted to go see the original lineup of 45 Grave, when you find the time machine to blast this back, I'll come and join you. But right now, you just have to kind of adapt and go. I mean, I'm not really, as like, manic as I was on stage like back in the day, but it's just like as you grow older, you just kind of have to mold yourself. And it's like when people go like, well, why are you recording this music this way? And I go, because that's how I'm feeling right now. Music is written about feelings. And it's like, sure, I mean, I can pull up a whole bunch of songs that tell you right now the world is not in a good place right now.
No.
That were written like 40 years ago. So, it's just this ongoing repetition of change. And some people can adapt to it, other people can't. And I go like, I do what I do because it makes me feel good, and I know I can go do a really good job at it and make people smile. So that's pretty much my rewards.
New music. You've just recorded a new track for Cleopatra?
Yes, we're on the punk rock compilation for Christmas music, and the song we chose is The Snow Miser, and that just came out back in November for, of course, the holidays release. And next year we plan on going out on the road again.
Oh, wow. When was the last time you toured?
The last full tour was back in 2007. It has been a while, but you know what? With proper preparation, we'll be ready to go out. It's kind of like hard getting out there after you reach a certain age. I'm sorry, some of us don't have the luxuries of big vans and stuff like that, so we're still doing it in our cars and stuff. But you know what? It's just another day in the life of a rock and roller, so you just keep plugging away.
When will this tour commence?
Actually, we're in the pre-playing stages. We're going to be doing a string of shows out in Texas.
Nice.
We're going to be doing our Northwest tour, hopefully in about like March. We're also going to be going out to Mexico City to do a string of dates out in Mexico. And you know what? We'll probably be ending up in Europe and everything else. And, it's just a wait and see thing on where we decide we want to land.
The last time, correct me if I'm wrong, a full length of 45 Great Music was released in 2012, Pick Your Poison.
Yes, correct.
Is there any plans on recording a full length anytime soon? Is there any new material for a full length?
Actually, we've been talking about it because we were trying to figure out what direction that we wanted to go. And right now, I'm feeling angst, so you're probably going to get a double assault of some hardcore punk rock, or at least some facsimile of it. But we're preparing to go back in and record more.
Los Angeles subculture and the pivotal artists throughout the decades that have really paved the way for these multi-million-dollar acts now. You got to remember that it really takes a lot of courage, a lot of talent, and a lot of dedication to do this, and especially to maintain the creative fire. Dinah Cancer, I want to tell you how beautiful you are, and thank you so much for being very macabre and lovely. Thank you for taking the time to speak with me.
Well, thank you for letting me spend a little bit of your evening with you, and I'm going to go on stage and rock your socks off, honey.
Well, let me tell you, the 14-year-old Jimmy Cabs is just as excited as the 45-year-old. Out.